The Alchemist to the lady most deserving her name and blood, Lady Mary Wroth. Madam, in the age of sacrifices, the truth of religion was not in the greatness and fat of the offerings, but in the devotion and zeal of the sacrificers, else what could a handle of gums have done in the sight of a hecatomb? Or how might I appear at this altar, except with those affections that no less love the light and witness, than they have the conscience of your virtue? If what I offer bear an acceptable odour, and hold the first strength, it is your value of it, which remembers where, when, and to whom it was kindled. Otherwise, as the times are, there comes rarely forth that thing so full of authority or example, but by assiduity and custom grows less, and loses. This, yet, safe in your judgment, which is a Sidney's, is forbidden to speak more, lest it talk or look like one of the ambitious faces of the time, who, the more they paint, are the less themselves. Your ladyship's true honourer, Ben Jonson. To the reader. If thou beest more, thou art an understander, and then I trust thee. If thou art one that takest up, and but a pretender, beware of what hands thou receivest thy commodity, for thou wert never more fair in the way to be cozened, than in this age, in poetry, especially in plays, wherein, now the concupiscence of dances and of antics so reigneth, as to run away from nature, and be afraid of her, is the only point of art that tickles the spectators. But how out of purpose, and place, do I name art? When the professors are grown so obstinate contemners of it, and presumers on their own naturals, as they are deriders of all diligence that way, and, by simple mocking at the terms, when they understand not the things, think to get off wittily with their ignorance. Nay, they are esteemed the more learned, and sufficient for this, by the many, through their excellent vice of judgment. For they commend writers, as they do fencers or wrestlers, who if they come in robustiously, and put for it with a great deal of violence, are received for the braver fellows, when many times their own rudeness is the cause of their disgrace, and a little touch of their adversary gives all that boisterous force the foil. I deny not, but that these men, who always seek to do more than enough, may sometime happen on something that is good and great, but very seldom, and when it comes it doth not recompense the rest of their ill. It sticks out, perhaps, and is more eminent, because all is sordid and vile about it, as lights are more discerned in a thick darkness, than a faint shadow. I speak not this, out of a hope to do good to any man against his will, for I know, if it were put to the question of theirs and mine, the worse would find more suffrages, because the most favour common errors. But I give thee this warning, that there is a great difference between those, that, to gain the opinion of copy, utter all they can, however unfitly, and those that use election and a mean. For it is only the disease of the unskilful, to think rude things greater than polished, or scattered more numerous than composed. Fortune, that favours fools, these 2 short hours. We wish away, both for your sakes and ours. Judging spectators, and desire, in place. To the author justice, to ourselves but grace. Our scene is London, cause we would make known. No country's mirth is better than our own. No clime breeds better matter for your whore. Bawd, squire, impostor, many persons more, whose manners, now called humours, feed the stage, and which have still been subject for the rage, or spleen of comic writers. Though this pen did never aim to grieve, but better men, how the age he lives in doth injure the vices that she breeds, above their cure. But when the wholesome remedies are sweet, and in their working gain and profit meet, he hopes to find no spirit so much diseased, but will with such fair correctives be pleased. For here he doth not fear who can apply, if there be any that will sit so nigh, unto the stream, to look what it doth run. They shall find things, they'd think or wish were done. They are so natural follies, but so shown, as even the doors may see, and yet not own.